welcome to Giggles and Gratitude. I'm Dena.
And I'm Tia. And today is November 3rd, 2024.
November!
Boy, does time fly, and boy, does my pillbox empty quickly.
It's our herbs. It's our supplements.
Right.
Did October feel like it went by fast for you? Or just
Extremely.
Me too.
It flew.
Me too. It was crazy. And that's actually good news, Tia, because there's a thing in October called the October slide. And it's not like a fun slide like you'd think of. It's a chronic illness phenomenon. Have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
It's when those that already have an illness of some sort, whether it be immune system, allergies, problems, arthritis, sinus issues, whatever, gets a lot worse in October, which I have experienced that to be true. And the reason is because there's a whole different set of blooming going on in trees and bushes and things like that. And
a lot of trees going dormant.
oh, okay. Yeah. Reduction of activity. You have a tendency maybe not to go outside as much because you wake up and think, ooh, chilly outside. Or your summer activity ends. The time change seems to screw with a lot of people. Sleep gets off. Lack of vitamin D because the sun technically is not going to be shining as much. You're not going to.
Today is when our time changes.
Is it today?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm glad I told you. Yeah. It's November 3rd.
Oh. Oh, so it's like, that's right, because Saturday night is when you, so
yeah.
it's different.
I mean, did you, like,
I forgot.
Were you late for church?
I got here on time.
Or, you would have been early for church.
That's right, because we fall back.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I kind of like the fall back. I don't like the spring forward. I like the fall back.
I don't either.
Because it's starting to get dark at night. Behind the scenes. Lack of vitamin D because you're not doing as many things outside. And then that barometric pressure, which is what screws with my sinuses. People that have chronic pain, your pain seems to get worse. Autoimmunity gets worse. You get flares. If you already have pain, did you experience that in October? Did you feel like any of your pains got worse, or did you feel sicker? Or
yeah, I was sick for an entire weekend at the end of October.
So I don't know if automatically on November 1st does it all go away. I don't know. How are you guys feeling? Are you feeling better?
I don't know, but I mean, I actually get outside more that it's not hot.
Yeah. I think
So
so too. I guess obviously it depends on where you live. Where we live, this time of year is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's crisp, but still sunny. And you live in up north. Woo, I bet you are. I bet there's snow in some places. I bet you pretty soon.
Yes.
So we're sorry. We're sorry about that. Come down here and live near where we live. It's be great. Flu season starts. Did you get? Well, that's a personal question. I'm not going to ask you that.
Flu shot?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
This woman was chasing me all around the drugstore the other day when I went to get a birthday card. Like, do you want your flu shot? Do you want a shingles shot? Do you want a COVID shot? I'm like, not right now. Not right now. Thank you. I was afraid she was going to just jab me. That's a personal choice. But because I work with kids, Tia, at church, as you know, they are snot-faced. Currently, totally snot-faced. And I've got a great group. I really love them. It's almost all boys. There's one or two girls, but they're just so cute and smart and ask funny questions. But I was doing a puzzle with one the other day, and he said something funny, and I laughed, and he sneezed. It went in my mouth. Not on my face.
Okay.
You don't want me to say it again.
Mm-mm.
So I'm just waiting for that to, manifest into some horrible, terrible. I actually turned away and licked my sleeve with my tongue so I could clean my tongue off.
Wow.
I'm like a cat going, on my wrist. But I was like, dang, what timing is that? In any case, it's still worth it. So, but you think about kids, Tia. Kids are great. I love kids, but if you told a kid, they were 5, let's say, said, look, little Bobby, I trust you now. You can take a bath whenever you feel dirty. I'm going to leave it up to you to take a bath when you need to.
It never happened.
Okay, I was going to ask you, how long do you think it would take?
Never.
So they're not, their parents take great care of it, and they're so cute and dress so cute when they come in, but hygiene is not their top priority as far as putting their hands over their mouth and turning their head away. But I'm still waiting. I'm not deathly ill yet. But Thursday night, I volunteered to take care of kids during a dinner, the church dinner. And I was working with another girl. So they were saying, okay, we've got all ages of kids tonight. We kind of lined up in front of the coordinator. She said, Dena, you and, I'm going to say Beth, you and Beth go work baby, infants. I'm like, infants? You mean like little wobbly-headed, squishy babies that can't... Oh, if I drop them...
That's the only one I'll volunteer for.
That's what you like to do.
Yes. I love little yummy, squishy babies.
What about diapers?
I don't have a problem with it.
You know, normally on a Sunday, it's like an hour and a half, maybe. The odds that they're going to poop or pee during that, you know, probably their parents change them before they hand them to you. And you might get away with not. You rock them, you sing to them, they're cute, you hold them. They don't necessarily poop and pee. Well, we had them for 3 hours, this dinner. Well, there's going to be some.
Yeah.
This baby was 4 months old. Precious, precious baby. We had 3 kids. One, probably 1-year-old, 2-year-old, and 4-month-old. We can handle 3 kids, right? So this girl has not had children yet. She's dating someone. She's like, I want to practice baby. This is great for me. And I said, well, if the diaper needs to be changed, you can practice all you want. I won't take it away from you, that experience. So she says, I feel like he smells like he's wet. You know, I smell something down there. So she said, I'm going to change him. I'm going to change him. She's so excited. She got him on the changing table. And we keep a lot of change of clothes at the church for accidents and things like that. She said, Dena, pick out something for me to put on him. And I said, oh, okay. So I opened the cabinet. I get like a sleeper. She changed him, cleans him. I mean, she's just having the greatest time being a pretend mommy. She puts the thing on him. She said, oh, he smells so good now. He's so fresh. Did the little baby wipe. She sits down and starts to rock him. I'm playing with the other 2 kids on the floor. Everything's going great. It's a sweet little nice experience. Time passes, and we hear the sound, the explosion sound of the diaper. And she says, oh no. And then, of course, the lovely aroma of baby formula, or it might be breast milk. I don't know what she thinks. So she gets him up on the changing table in this new outfit that we put on him, and it's up the whole back, almost out the collar, the mustard.
Oh, okay. Well, did she not attach the diaper tightly?
I think it was just explosive. I don't know. I didn't check her diaper.
It should have stayed in the diaper and not go up the back. I'm just saying.
We freak out, and we can't use that sleeper, you know.
No.
So we're trying to get it up. She said, let's just lift it up first and let me get all this off of him. You know, bless his little heart. So she gets him all cleaned up. She does great. She doesn't do any of the... And she cleans him up. He's sweet and precious and doesn't mind it. And I'm kind of holding his legs up to help her get underneath him. And we're doing it as a team, like a pit stop. And it's going fine. She gets him all... She gets him all clean, gets the diaper on him, and she said, okay, well, I'll hold him and you take the sleeper off his head. We take the snaps off, but there's no snaps at the top. I don't know who designed this sleeper. So we're trying to get it off of him, and it's stuck on his head. We can't get it off his head. His arms are stuck straight. She said, wait a minute, let me hold him up. I'll hold him up. You pull. So we're standing there doing all this. The baby starts screaming. I said, I'm afraid I'm going to...
No wonder.
I'm afraid I'm going to dislocate his shoulder.
I am so thankful I don't have a child to let stay with you. I'm not kidding.
She says,
wow.
About the time she says, let's get some scissors. We're cutting it off.
Wow.
I said, I don't know where scissors are. His mother walks in and shows up. We have him in the air. His face is covered up by the sleeper. We're talking about scissors.
Do y'all work in the church anymore?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I just wanted to make sure. Wow.
And she's one of the pastor's wives.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So she was very calm, but she heard her kid screaming. I'm sure she was coming down the hall, and she walks in, and we're holding him in the air, dangling. And I said, can you, after she left, she said, that's fine, I'll do it. It's fine. And she was so sweet, but I thought, what if I'd had big old pair of scissors holding them up to her baby? What's that story in the Bible where they're fighting over the baby and they have to cut the baby in half?
That's King Solomon
Yeah.
settling the dispute, and the real mother says, "No, just go ahead and give it."
Yeah, he
to
says
her,
cut it in
'cause
half and we'll decide.
right.
Because the real mother would not want the baby to be cut in half.
Exactly.
So I thought maybe she'd think we were reenacting that. I don't know.
No, I don't think that at all. I think that she probably thinks that you are not qualified to work with infants. Just saying. I'm just being honest.
What would you have done differently?
I would have been able to get the sleeper off, and I would have had the diaper attached tight enough where the poop wouldn't have come up the back. Just saying. I've had niece and nephew and grandchildren, so.
Yeah. She said, I'm mortified. The girl Beth that I'm working with, but anyway, I thought it was.
Wow.
No one was harmed in the making.
No, that's a good thing. That is a great thing.
On a totally different topic, I think I mentioned you. I can't remember if I mentioned it on the show or if I just told you privately that I bought a drink called Topo Chico, which is a sparkling water. I'm not a big sparkling water fan. Like, what's the big famous sparkling water? Peregrina? I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but
green bottle.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Blue bottle.
Maybe it is blue.
Blue bottle with white writing.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
Mineral water to me is like salty and bitter. I don't really like it. But this is flavored. I've got the lime with mint. It's just a little bit of subtle taste. And I thought, I'm going to drink this because I'm having a hard time drinking water lately. Tia took my water lifestyle away from me somehow. I've transferred my healthy diet to her. I don't know. In any case, it comes in cans and it's in like a cube, like a beer thing, cardboard beer thing, but it's not beer. But I opened it up and took the cans out to put them in the refrigerator. And I looked and there was something in the bottom. I thought, well, maybe it's a coupon or just talking about the company. But it was this religious tract. It says how we know God exists. And it talks about how, I won't read it, but it talks about how we look at a pyramid or the Mona Lisa, we know someone created it. We've never met him, we've never seen him. But what is created is the proof of existence of the creator. So when we just go outside and look at the world, something had to create that, or someone,
right.
However you want to put it. So that's how we know God is real. But it goes into more detail. And I think it's a little good thing you could share maybe with someone who doesn't understand or doesn't believe. It's kind of done in simple terms. And it's from needgod.net, this track. And I wonder, I Googled it. I told Tia the other day that I was going to talk about this, and I Googled trying to find something about it. And it's like nobody knows this is happening. So I thought, is somebody slipping things?
That's what I think.
You think that's what's happening? So it wouldn't be in every cube.
Right.
When I go to buy some more, I'll know for sure.
Exactly.
But I wanted to highlight this company just in case. They're located in Mexico. They recently were bought by Coca-Cola. And when I think of Jesus, I don't necessarily think of Coca-Cola as a big sponsor of Jesus. Maybe they are, but I've never seen it. So I thought, do they even know this is happening? Is this being bottled in Mexico? Am I spilling the beans? Am I going to ruin this whole thing? But I like to support companies who are bold and unafraid to associate religion with their
product.
Yes. So I like to support them. And they have other flavors. They have blueberry. And they have tangerine, which that sounds good to me. And it's a good way to drink your water. They also said there's a hint of herbal extracts in there for health. So, and then you've got the carbonated thing of water. So I'm trying to substitute my Mountain Dew is the bottom line here. So we'll see how I do. So I did really want to promote that. Topo Chico, I'll include a link. And it'd be curious to know if you go and buy it, if there's one of these in your cube, or is there some little good Samaritan going around sticking things into?
That's what I think that is.
That's kind of cool. That's a cool idea.
Very cool.
And then I ordered, my nails are crud. They're crap. They're paper thin. I've got on stick-ons right now because I got just so sick of my nails flaking off. I don't know what's going on, but I read about a good product called Radiant Cosmetics, the Ultimate Nail Nutrition. I saw it on TikTok. So I ordered it. It was reasonably priced. And it came with a little brochure. I got this yesterday, so I can't say whether or not it works. I can't give a review on it. It's a little tube. You turn it like a little dial, and it's a clear. It moisturizes, strengthens, and builds up collagen. So it's making it strong temporarily at the moment, so it won't break. And then it's also building up the strength in it with the vitamins, and then it's making it grow faster. B7, vitamin E, and C. And so I'm looking at it thinking, this sounds really cool. And then I turn it over, Psalms 34:5. It's just subtly put on this track. You would probably know what that is. I did not know it by heart. So I Googled it, and the scripture says, those who look to him are radiant. The company's called Radiant Cosmetic, and their faces shall never be ashamed. Those who look to him for help will be radiant with joy. No shadow of shame will darken their faces. Look at him, give him your warmest smile, never hide your feelings from him. So, that's, I don't know what version that is of 34:5. Are you looking it up to see what? Oh, okay. So there's another company, Radiant Cosmetics. They've obviously named it for that scripture. So I'll include links to both of those in our show notes, because I don't want to just praise them for doing that. I want to support them. And I'll let you know. I don't know how long I need to give it. I don't know what a nail growth span is, maybe a couple months, and I'll let you know if I'm seeing a big difference. I'm putting it underneath, and then as when I take these off, I treat my nails. So you haven't seen your nails in a long time.
Not since 1986. But thank you for asking.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spill the beans, but yeah. I just started to ask you if your nails were okay, but your nails were probably good then. It's just a habit.
No, I mean, I have mine changed. I have new tips put on.
True.
So, yeah, my nails are real healthy.
Are they?
But they're not going to ever grow.
You're not ever going to allow them to? Oh, I see.
No, I've tried. I can kill them.
Yeah, that's why mine are sick. Okay. One little thing from Ian Simpkins, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, Tia. See what you brought us today. I love Ian Simpkins. He is a preacher in the South. He's on Instagram. And this post, I really liked it. It says, fill any name in the name of anybody, somebody you know or somebody you know of. Let's say Joe. Joe is made in the image and likeness of God. There's not a single person or people group you could put there that would make that sentence untrue. And I was thinking about in terms of like the election and all that, the back and forth, hate, families and friends and people that you've known your whole life, and all of a sudden you're like, what's going on here? What is happening? It's happened in our family and with my friends. But there's not one single person you could put in that blank that's not true. Think of the person that you're currently mad at. They are made in the image and likeness of God, without exception. And then this goes along with that. You have never looked into the eyes of someone God doesn't love. That really struck.
Exactly.
Anyone.
Right.
God loves them. So if you're currently feuding with anybody or angry with anybody over anything, doesn't have to be the election, doesn't mean you need them back in your life. We did a whole episode on forgiveness. You can forgive and still say, you're not good you're not good for me. You're toxic for me, but I forgive you. Think of a person that way. God made them.
You don't need to say you're toxic for me. You can.
I mean, to yourself, like
right. But I mean, the thing of it is you can forgive them. That doesn't mean that everybody's made to walk with you.
Right.
Period.
Right. They were at one time. We have talked about that a lot in friendship episodes and forgiveness episodes. But I just want to repeat it again. You have never looked into the eyes of someone that God doesn't love.
Right. If you want to talk, about the election, it is. It's out there, and this is not getting into politics, but the point of it is come November 6th, after the election, the person that's still sitting on the throne is God.
Right.
Period. Doesn't matter. So, everybody can take whatever they're feeling, and it doesn't matter. God is still over all of us. And so I know morally who I want to be in office, but if I'm not gonna dislike or hate somebody over it.
Right.
Because God is still in control, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're ruining your friends or family over something that's not going to matter
4 years from now.
Yeah, 4 years from now, and certainly for eternity. That's
exactly.
For sure. And you're going to say things that's going to be hard to take back.
Right.
Hateful, horrible things that are going to be hard to take back. And I was guilty of it in the past, but yeah. So let's keep that in mind. Maybe. and forgive.
Right.
Because I promise you, the candidates now don't give a flip about. They're not going to go to the bat for you. So, they're not going to change their relationships in their life. They don't know you. They do not know you.
Right.
You know the people you're mad at right now. All right, that's all I have, Tia. What's going on what did you discover this week that you like to share?
Of the world.
Yeah.
I was
way over there on the other side of the studio.
Yeah. I was listening to Dr. Jeremiah's, one of his podcasts. Actually, it was one of his sermons. And I actually stopped it and took notes because I just love this. Two natures beat within my breast. The one is foul. The one is blessed. The one I love, the one I hate, the one I feed will dominate.
Absolutely.
Scary.
Yeah. Yes.
Because, we all have that in us.
Mm-hmm.
We have two, and it's the one that we feed. It's just kind of like with this election. It's what we feed is the one that's going to dominate.
Yeah. And people who are taking that in all day long, I always remember, and this, I know you know this, I don't want to talk to you like you're stupid, but sometimes we forget the headlines that you click on, or however you get your information, they want to make money. They're going to say whatever shocking thing they need to say, even if they can't back it up, and you click on it and go to it, to get you to click. They make money for clicks. So they're going to say anything.
Right.
And if you read the article, sometimes it's like, well, that wasn't even true. That's not even what this article said. And people who skim those headlines and tell it like it's fact. So-and-so said this and so said that. And, oh my gosh, they're making money off of you. They're not giving it to you to help you, to inform you. I don't care what they say.
Right.
Not even the, quote, legitimate news is trying to help you. They're trying to make money. That's what it's all about. And I think everybody's afraid. Everybody's acting on fear, which is never good. Both sides are afraid of the same things. But the news is telling you this person's going to do these things, so you better be scared. And the other side, no, this person's going to do those things, and they're going to be scared. We all want the same things, basically. We all have the same fears. And they're pitting you against each other to make money. And they're sitting on their yachts laughing about it. And that's it.
Okay, thank you.
That's what you made me think of.
Wow.
With that quote.
Okay. You just went off on a tangent, didn't you? Okay.
All right, next.
My Bible study. This is my second time. And at the end of the Bible study, they went around the room and they were talking about what each and every one said, like in the morning when they woke up or at night when they went to bed. And one of my dear friends, Becky, she recites the Lord's Prayer every night before she goes to bed and every morning she wakes up. And I thought, oh, wow, that's cool. And then another friend of mine, Deidre, said she does that, but she also quotes this: "But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head." Just think about that. You quoted that or said that every morning because He is all around you. He is your shield, and He's the one that lifts your head because He's the one that actually puts breath in your lungs to be able to lift your head to get out of bed.
He chose that you should have another day.
Right.
There's a reason why you woke up.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. I love
Is
that.
that not yummy?
And where did that come from? Do you know? Or?
Yes, that one's Psalm 3:3.
Oh, it's actually in the Bible.
Yeah, of course it is. Okay, and then there you have that one.
I thought maybe somebody had written that. That's beautiful.
Okay, all right, and then
so you can say, Jesus just lifted my head.
Right.
Even if you have a sinus infection, when you lift it, He's still lifted your head.
He's still there. Exactly.
If you have the October slide, October's over, people.
Okay, now, here's these. Health is a good thing, but sickness is far better if it leads you to God.
Yep.
That's by J.C. Ryle.
Yeah, and we've talked about that a lot, how adversity is what makes you call out to God. Everything's hunky-dory, sometimes you don't.
Right. Okay, here's another one. Faith does not eliminate questions, but faith knows where to take them.
Faith does not eliminate questions. You still have the question, but you have faith that,
You know where to take
yeah,
your questions.
yeah,
Where is it?
God.
Right. In the
Just
Bible.
prayer and ask. Yeah.
Anything you want is right there. Okay, I love Lisa Turkhurst. Okay, no amount of outside achievement fixes inside hurts.
That's for sure.
Is it
You
not?
see these rich, famous people. There was a guy recently, in a boy band, bless his heart, who either jumped or fell off a balcony. He had everything in the world. It's like there's something in you.
Liam?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pitiful.
Yeah. He was hurting, and you think, gosh, he's got it made. No.
I know, but when you get so much and you can have anything, sometimes you try to feed more and more and more when you realize that just as simplistic things are what you really needed and wanted the most.
Yeah.
So that's just sad. Okay, here's another one by Lisa. How dangerous is it when our souls are gasping for God, but we're too distracted, flirting with the world to notice? That's what we just said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you think about, I spent so much of my early life struggling for financial, which most people do, I think, when they're young, they're starting out, that I didn't stop to think. I didn't have time to think, what about my soul? What about I did, but I didn't do it. And then when these people get very successful and rich, all of a sudden that rears up, they can focus on that, and they're like, whoa, I have not even been nurturing this part of my life.
The thing that really mattered, because, all of us, the one thing that is 100% for sure is we're all going to die. Unless the rapture comes, and then we won't ever die. Right. We'll just be raptured and we'll never die. But the majority of us are going to die, period.
Right.
And so, I don't know, it's sad that you start thinking about the older you get. It's too bad you don't get it when you're young and you're just like, you can enjoy each and every day more than you could ever imagine possible.
Yeah. People say, I wish I knew then what I know now. If I could go back to my old body.
No, if I could just go back to, I just wish I had stayed and not ever veered. Like during college years or whatever. That's what because I was on the right track. I loved God. I never stopped loving God. And I never stopped being convicted from Him either. It's just that when you're trying to ignore Him, He's not going to chase
you. Yeah, and that's when you make your big mistake.
Right.
Yeah, and I did the same thing. I would have said, yeah, I love God. I believe in God. Here I go. I'm making poor decisions. Exactly. And not really thinking about it. Just thinking, I'm young and living my life. This is an adventure. I wonder what this is like.
I know, but I just can't wait to get to heaven to see how many times God saved me from making those poor decisions.
You talked about watching back your family, your life reel. I am so dreading it.
Wow. Okay, here's another yummy one. Live from the abundant place that you are loved, and you won't find yourself begging others for scraps of love.
Okay, I need to look at that.
I knew you would.
Live from the abundant place that you are loved, which would be God.
Mm-hmm.
And you won't find yourself begging others for scraps of love.
Right.
Boy, couldn't we have used that through our lives, through our dating history.
Exactly. Why beg somebody when you're loved like more than you could ever be loved in your entire life by God?
Yeah, no stinking man's ever going to love you like God.
No, there's no one that can love you agape.
Right.
Which is unconditional love, period.
Yeah.
And you even said something about that last Sunday, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the quote, but yeah, if you're ever laying in bed at night, you're single, you're alone, you think, nobody loves me. Is anybody ever going to love me? You're never not loved. You might not accept that love or pursue that love, but you are loved.
Immensely. Okay.
Tia and I know that, but anybody listening who may not think about that, that's what we're here for, is to try to muddle through all this, the mistakes we all make and what we've learned, by studying, by making, we've lived a while.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, this one really just me.
Okay.
People don't mind doing CPR on a crisis victim, but no person is equipped to be the constant lifeline to another.
Ooh.
And you know what? Unfortunately, that's what we're guilty of sometimes. We expect someone else to make us happy, to give us everything that we want, to make us feel good inside or whatever. It's not their job.
Right.
They can't. The only
being
entity. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
God Almighty is the only one that can feel that deep, deep place.
Absolutely.
That's the only person I have to become a person, because Jesus walked on earth. So, I mean,
right. You're going to be, if you expect a human being to do all that for you, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Exactly. And it just kind of goes along with that. Giving with strings of secret expectations attached is the greatest invitation to heartbreak.
Exactly. Whoa. Give without expecting anything in return.
Exactly.
Just like when you loan a friend money, don't expect it.
No.
Don't expect
well,
it.
I mean, you're not even freely giving if you're expecting it. If you're expecting something back, don't give it.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. My dad used to say that. He would loan somebody money, and I'd think, when are they going to pay you back, Daddy? He'd say, I don't know. Well, they said they were going to. Well, I know. If they do, that'll be a nice surprise, and that's good. But I don't expect it.
Right.
You know?
Because I think that it's just like in the Bible when, you invite him, when forgot, and it was a parable thing. When the person invited all the affluent people to dinner and everybody had something to do. And so it said, go out and invite everybody in the street until your table's full. It's like you invite people in to your table and literally feed them give them money, clothing, whatever, and not expect one single thing in return. And don't expect them to invite you back.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, like, oh, you gave me this wonderful dinner, so I'm going to invite you over.
Right. Don't let your motive be something that you can get in return.
Exactly.
I'd say that's true with any. I mean, that's not, like you said, that's not truly giving a gift.
Right. Exactly.
Those are great.
You want one more?
Are these all from the same person?
It's Lisa.
Oh,
yeah.
She's great.
No, she's real good.
I think you shared with her before, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yes.
I think I Googled her one time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
She's the one that has the most awesome testament. That she's been through much in tribulations with her ex-husband.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me that.
There you go.
It's all coming back to me. Yeah.
Okay, here's one. My heart struggles to make peace between God's ability to change hard things and his apparent decision not to change them for me. Because he has the ability to change things, but when he doesn't change them for us, we're thinking, well, why? Why?
Yeah.
Why did you not?
Yeah, and people say, like, why did that person survive that catastrophe and this person? That, and people, especially when people say, oh, thank you, God, we prayed and they recovered, and people whose family didn't recover. Well, what did they think? That, why didn't they recover? Did God not love him as much as, we talked about that?
He does.
It's just his plan.
It's his plan, his will, and we're not to question it.
It'll make sense.
All I want to do is I just want to be there with him for eternity. So I just choose not to question.
Yeah. You think we'll be able to say, why did this happen? Why did you do this? Why didn't you do that?
I don't think we'll be asking. I think we'll be so elated to just be there that all we'll be doing is like going, holy, holy, holy. Mm-hmm. And then just hiding. I mean, because I just see myself just like going, oh, I shouldn't be here, but I'm so thankful I am.
Yeah, I think we may even forget all that, possibly. You're like say you don't even think about it because it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Yes.
Now. And you might even be jealous of that person that's been not there, because that's the ultimate thing, but on the front porch for so long instead of here. They've been on that front porch, and you might not feel so bad about that situation, but it's hard to think when you lose a loved one, think that way. But
Exactly.
Got to remind yourself.
Right.
That's why you have to dig into the Word regularly to get your mind straight before you get brainwashed by the world and the physical part of your life.
Right.
Those are great, Tia. Love those.
Oh, thank you, little one.
Have you got a Tia time for us?
I do.
Yay! Let's do that. And we want to thank you guys for listening. We hope you have, if you're listening on Sunday, we hope you had a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. And whenever you're listening to us, we hope you're having a beautiful day. Again, it's an awkward transition, but on Wednesdays we have the Golden Bachelorette recap, which is about love in an unconventional way. But we just criticize it.
Yay for us. Glad we're saying that on here.
We love them all. We love all the brothers and sisters on The Bachelor. Yay! And we're about to close that out. You can still catch up, but I don't want to dwell on that. But Tia time is next. I love you, Tia.
Love you.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to Tia Time. Today, I'm taking this from You version, which I absolutely love, and the title of this is Made for This. Do you realize that you were purposely, lovingly, and carefully designed by God? King David said it like this: "For you formed my inward parts, you knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, my soul knows it well. Your eyes, brain, heart, muscles, nerves, fingernails, eyelashes, smile, everything. Not only are you wonderfully complex, but you were also planned before life, as we know it, existed by your Heavenly Father. Even as you read these words, your body is doing some incredible things without your conscious consent. Your fingers are scrolling, your eyes are capturing, your brain is processing. All the while, your heart is pumping blood, your lungs are managing breath, your eyelids are blinking away dryness, your blood cells are multiplying by the second, your brain is directing your body while simultaneously storing memory and so much more. David also points out in other portions of Psalms 139 that God knows everything about us. His presence is inescapable, and he thinks of us so much that such thoughts cannot be numbered. The point? You are uniquely and intentionally created by God to love him and the people around you, to know him and to make him known. So be encouraged. You are made for this. This one just whopped me right off my couch. I just thought, this is so yummy and awesome, because as I was scrolling, I was thinking, yes, this is exactly what my body's doing without me even giving it any thought whatsoever. So anyway, think about how wonderfully and fearfully yummy God made you, and have a blessed week.